not everybody you find within your tenancy, okay, that are capable of paying. Some of them you may have leniency on them. It doesn't mean that it has stopped becoming a business for you. It's the approach. So if paperwork and then everything is showing that this is business, just like my previous landlord was doing, this is business. That he will come from Tema to come and sit there with the books. He will open the books. You realize that this is business. Yes, sir.
I also believe, my brother is saying, some don't have, like yesterday we learned, debt management plan.
Right.
So some, you need to sit down with them and teach them how to manage their debts.
Okay.
If not paying, or at least every month, once you are doing something meaningful, you should be able to have the meaning, the idea behind that. Oh, I have this debt there. I should have cleared, if 200 and 100, like you said, the pastor comes there. If I own light or water, and I know this, and I go out and somebody gave me 100, why can't I go and pay the 50 or teach the person how to make sure that, so that it will not compile such a way, even like the rent. Some people will leave their house and then they will not pay anything, or even before you enter into their room, you have spoiled a lot of things. So it will be nice. I always look at when you see that they don't have that mindset of settling their debts, so they always the debts are growing. So when you teach them some of these things, it also helps.
Yeah. So once you relax the payment, if for instance this particular person, you realize that you cannot pay in advance, say as in bulk, like the way you collect it all the time with other people, this one you can make it flexible for the person to say, okay, on a monthly basis you will have to what, come and pay. It's still a business for you. Yes. Yes, sir. You share what you want to do.
I will share that, but before I talk about the rental,
Okay.
My tenant, unfortunately, he was a manager, all right. He's paid. Unfortunately, fell sick. Finally, I have to be taken care of him. It was serious. Their chief, and talk to him. They should try. If they can't keep him here, they should try and send him home. And that is what they did. And finally, they moved him out of my place. So sometimes,
it happens. It happens. I mean, everywhere. Yes, it happens everywhere. What must be done? I don't want to go into a lot of things. Circumstances change, situations change. Like you can see, the gentleman was working before he came here, but along the line he lost his job due to ill health. So that is where sometimes you need sympathy on the person, and then you make that agreement to see how this can be sorted out, like the way you did it. Yes.
okay.
Let's hear your.
I have 3 areas. One I've already entered it, and it's low, but I'm looking to revive it.
Okay.
That's the farming.
Okay.
And the other one is with my level of operating as a chief. I did some ADR course, some short course.
Okay.
I want to do more so that at the district courts, then I'll attach myself. The areas with ADR issues, the judge will push that cases to me so that I will handle, give him the dead days to handle it, then solve that one. The third area is the consultancy.
All right.
People have already consulted me on that.
Oh, okay.
Industrial relations, like the transport business, that one too, I'm considering it. So this
you have to register the name.
Yes.
Yes, register the name.
I used to have a company, but now it's down. I'll revive it.
Okay. Yes, any other? Yes, sir. Your age to an organization. If even the client wants to give you more than that, you cannot accept it. Because it will amount to some level of bribery and corruption. And when you are seen, dealt with. And there are issues in there that you have to call for what we call the conflict of interest. Conflict of interest here is saying that anything that you will do that will negatively affect your business because you are seeking your own interest. You're supposed to attend to, let's say, a client has reported a certain fault has come somewhere that you need to rush and then go there. But because you are engaged in your business, something that you are doing outside is causing you to delay in going to resolve the issue for the ECG. It's conflict of interest, right? So it's understandable. If let's say you go into transport and let's say you are the chief driver, the tendency of you ensuring that even those that are drivers over here, you put some of them into coming to do this is very, so that is why they want to avoid some of these things. But in every business is there. Some way, somehow, it's affected. Some way. Okay. But let's drop that. Who hasn't spoken? Yes, sir. Your area.
Yeah.
After retirement, what are you going to do?
I've already started something.
Okay.
I plan to enter into road construction.
Road construction.
So,
So you are expecting contract from the government?
yes.
Oh, okay.
So,
And you say you've already started?
yes.
So who has given you contract now?
We start from the basics.
Okay.
So we call something the safety.
Okay.
That is grass cutting at the roadside and then removing gutter at the cities. So I consulted them. I have a friend there, then I consulted them. And they said, okay, if so, I should go in for registration. But it is pre-finance.
Yes.
And the minimum is 200,000. So if I said, well, they are telling him that I've already started saving towards it already.
Okay.
So I've reached this portion. So very soon maybe I will reach 300. They say, okay, good. Then they should try me one and see.
Okay.
But there are issues. It takes a long time before they pay you. But it is better than treasury bills if you go to the calculation. Because you can make a profit like ×3 within a year. So they gave me one deserting. They tried, and fortunately enough, 3 months later they pay. I said, oh, fine, this is good. But right now, I will not have time. Then you say, oh, the contract is like, we have two different things. There are some people, they don't have the equipment. So what they do is that, highways issue the contract. Ministry of Highways. Now we have urban roads and the feeder roads. They have the equipment. So when they give you, you can sublet to them. They are the engineers there. So you only pay them, they do the thing, they raise the certificate. Then you come there, then the money will be paid into your account. So you will be sitting down, doing any hard work. That is the plan. So myself, I believe I don't want to do any hard work again. Because ECG, I'm doing a hard work.
Okay.
So when I go, I don't want to do hard work.
You want the money to work for you. Simple. He is actually saying that he has worked hard for the money. Now it's time for the money to work for him. And that is retirement. Retirement is go and enjoy what you have labored for. But if you realize that you will not be able to catch the 40 years in the next 40 years of your life, then you must invest in such a way that that investment will work for you to get the money. So that you sit down, you are not going to work. Okay? So all that we are talking about, the farming and the consulting and then everything, it's not like you are going to work like the way you used to be working for the ECG and so on and so forth. No, this time round, it is what you have collected, your entire period, the monies that you have accumulated is going to be put into an investment that will work for you, the money working for you. And I like your concept. All right, now let's move on. Okay, so will you be starting a new career? Will you volunteer or work from home? Oh, okay. Yes, madam. Sorry.
Mine is our area.
Okay.
Water is difficult to come by. So I've started.
Which area?
Kaswa.
Kaswa.
I've started a borehole. I've done everything, but I've not started selling it. And also, I want to venture into this mobile money transfers and T-rolls, tissues, and other things.
That one you can even start now. The mobile money.
I've started.
You started. How is it? How is it going?
It's okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you have plans of going into pure water production?
Yes, I have. There's someone just next to my house. He has ventured into this, so I will buy and sell like in bulk.
Okay, okay. I'm even thinking or taking your mind to you being the producer and giving it to a person.
Produce pure water because of fuel prices. You didn't get it. You ran to losses.
Don't worry.
You buy fuel.
The water that you are talking about, you have to get a bigger place.
No problem. You see, let me also share this experience. When I was in that house, okay, whilst I was doing this in writing the article, that was where it started from. Then I took the opportunity. The pastor in his house, in one big hall like this, he converted the whole place into doing pure water. All right, and I said, okay, once we are all here, then let's take the opportunity, because that is where we also buy our water from. Once your landlord is producing water, would you buy it from outside? No. You have to buy from there. So I took the opportunity and I registered for my own pure water business. So I was producing from there. I didn't have any machine. I was producing from there. Of course, once you produce your own, you pay him for the production. And that was where my brand started. All right. Now, there is the water started selling. In fact, during the lockdown season, I was selling, pure water, okay, to the corporate offices. Sometimes you I was in Dome, move from Dome to Cantonment to sell to offices. Request, let's say 20, 50 bags. There was this particular woman who every week would take like 300 bags. We were in the house. Lockdown, everybody's locked down. And that was what I was doing. And I developed the concept. I cannot show it here. I would have projected the concept, even though we haven't started producing the bottled water yet. But the concept is there. When I show you the bottled water now, you may think that it's already in town. Because there's nothing showing. You may think that it's already in town. It looks like this. Okay? But it's a concept which will be coming out very soon. The plan must be there first. So that's why I'm saying that yes, you may start small, but your latter must be greater. It must be greater. So once you've taken the bubble, now I'm no longer in the house. The reason why I've stopped producing the water, because I'm no longer in that house again. And the machine I used to was for the man. Now my place in Kwabenya there, you have already started, you said the bubble. That is where I will do my bubble and I'll start producing, start producing my own for myself. Get the machines, and the costings and everything, buying from the Koyo people and so on and so forth. Get all these estimates and other things. Have that vision that you can produce your destiny. So that instead of buying from that woman around, you rather will be producing and then you don't need a bigger space to do pure water. Get one Koyo machine, which will be sold around at that time 10,000, but now 20,000 or thereabout. Get the engineers to come and then do the whatever, survey and then everything. It's a very good place. The only thing in here that I would advise is that, like Chief said, the transportation. If you do pure water without the means for transport, it will take a lot of money from you. You must have your own means of transport to get the water distributed. Yes. All right. I believe in false cooking.
The area of exploration. Where you sink the borehole, I think that place too is very important. The water table that you meet, if the water quality is not up, it will disturb.
Okay, so normally this is what happens. You don't do it yourself. There are engineers, like you have technical, So the Koyo people, they are the same people who would, they will tell you if this place is salty. It means that to get the refined water that tastes good and better to suit the requirement as an FDA would want, it means you need to add a lot of, yes, to be treated. Exactly. That one, instead of, for instance, if the place is so, the iron is too huge or too strong, then it means that it will cost you more to treat it. To cost you more to treat it. But there are other places where everything is fine. Yes. Irrespective of that, you want to keep yourself busy. Normally what takes us home early is because we don't have anything doing. If you have something to do whilst on retirement, it keeps you busy.
Yeah.
Once you are busy, thinking is not, you are thinking positively. That is the point. Okay? Working for any other person, what would I be doing? And I like to talk. So then I should find myself in a space where I'll be talking. You understand? So, but then the mindset is that whatever you are doing, you must do it in such a way that, not that when you are not there, then that will be the end of it. You must put the structures in place such that when you are not there, somebody would carry it on. That is where you took your children to school. Set a legacy so that once you are not there, they will take over. It is very crucial, very much important to consider this, because at retirement, of course, you have advanced in age, so your health issues are very also important that you need to look at. You need to constantly do your health check, because you need to keep the body and soul alive to be able to run the race. Run the race. So here, you must enjoy good life. I mean, good health. You must enjoy good health. If you are not careful and you don't take the trouble of doing exercise, doing some things, or keep you busy, reading keeps you busy. Reading keeps your mind active and all sort of things. Because you see, if you were in India, there's a fort, you go to the field. Keeps you busy. You are thinking how to solve the issue and then all these things. But then you get home. In the morning, your food is brought, you chop. You are not going anywhere. You just want to visit friends, and you are. That activeness, if it's not there, it will retard your activeness. All right. So it is very much important. Whilst you are there, you have to look at your retirement. Your health issues or medical issues. Do you expect chronic medical problems as you get older? All these things are there to consider, so that you take your eating habits, your health issues much more seriously. Do you have contingency plan? You will look at that. Yesterday, in one of the exercises we did, the contingency plan in terms of your health here. We're talking about the contingency plan. Will you have or able to get medical insurance? You are exiting. You are already on ECG medical insurance. Now you are no more with the company. The question is that, how are you going to take care of yourself medically? It's an issue that you must think about.
So, first come to, I'll notice that when you have a, what do you call it? A pension association.
Okay.
Every month, whether you are employee or you are retired, you are retired. Every month, they used to deduct some amount from our salary, and then put it into the account.
Okay.
So when you are retired, you enjoy that,
because
you can still access the
as in, is it tied to health insurance?
yes,
That you can go to the hospital with
yes,
a card?
yes.
Then wonderful, because it's a question that
Yes.
is asking.
Yes.
Whether even after retirement, because these are some of the things you need to reconsider.
Yes.
Because for instance, like your boss said yesterday, have you put a house? Do you know where you're going to stay? Are you still going to rent? And all these things. So one of them is also the fact that, are you going to still depend on ECG for your health issues? If there is an avenue like that to be able to take care of your health, that is fine. That is fine. Because you don't want to use the package you've been given to start going to the hospital. Yes. All right. I think that your what? You may prosper and be in good health.
That's also needed.
Exactly. So that is our portion. The question is that, are we prospering? Is our soul prospering? And so on and so forth. So here, this is where the dimension of the man's well-being is. Your soul prospers, your health, your physical, and these are your portion. This is your portion. You must be in good health. Your soul must prosper. Physically, you must be strong. And prosperity is also your portion. So the 9 people who are rich, it is not only for them that richness should be what? Associated with. What about the 4 billion people that they control? All of us is for all of us. Our mandate is to have all these things. But then when you come to this side, our aspirations, this is what we intend to do. Our education, ourselves. We got to a point, I believe some of us even entered the job without even having married.
Yes.
You married through that. So this is not even at the point of marrying again. Or even if you want to marry again, then it means that it becomes your aspiration. And once it's an aspiration, there is a commitment. Some money will go out. Okay? Now here, family security, you are thinking, what is the security here? You have enough money to be able to take care of the family. Now building a house, your job security, you have a source of income that makes all this security becomes a possibility. Retiring in comfort, this is the issue now. This is what we are talking about. How do you retire in comfort? You don't have any fears. The happiness is there. Good health, building relationships. It's not at the time where you retire that, let's say, your loved one will leave you, or you don't have good terms with your children because you did not take care of them at the point where you're supposed to take care of them. Then they begin to have issues with you. This is what we promised. And these are the aspirations. The question is that, are we able to balance it? Are we able to balance it? Or have we been able to balance this in our physical lives? Let's see. Back to what retirement is all about. Is an area or is a period for preparing financially when you are too old to work. When you are too old or too young to quit. See the issue here. Too old to work. You are too old to work. That is what the system is saying. Now you are too old to work. But when you are too young to quit, you still feel within your body that, oh no, I can continue. I can continue. Why are you saying I should go home? Because yesterday somebody said something that you don't look like somebody who has stopped 40 years in the job. And you know that you can still continue even if they should give you more years, 20 years. But the system is saying go. So you are too old to work. That is what they are telling you. But you are too young to quit. You don't want to quit. What happens? It involves making decisions about how well you want to live, and when you still have the means to craft how well you will live. That is retirement. It is giving us a lot of what? Mind-blowing decision time. Requires you to defer some degree of current enjoyment in favor of future survival. Because you are thinking of retirement, now you need to check your lifestyle. There are some things that you cannot even chop if you want to chop now. Because you are thinking of the little that you are taking home. Protecting it. Deferring some things. So you see what we read over here. The rich is the one who understand long term. Instant gratification, that the main in what I will chop today is a mentality for the what? For the poor. For the poor. So that is retirement for you. If you want to really understand retirement in full, these are the 3 areas you have to really look at retirement. Consider it. Yes, 5 categories or 5 areas of myth of retirement that we have to deal with. That you are too young to start retiring, retirement plan. When you enter into the job space, at the time when you were probably 20 years or 25 years, when you entered, and you were told, yesterday somebody said something, this training on financial management should have happened long time. Probably when about 25 years ago when you entered, they organized something for you but you did not pay attention. It is possible. It's no problem. But then it's saying that somebody will say that, why are you talking to me about retirement now? My experience with insurance will tell you, when you go and talk to the people about funeral, they will tell you, when we want money to chop, why are you here telling us about somebody will die, somebody will die. And normally the answer I give them is that whether you think somebody will die or not, they will still die anyway. But the time when the person will die is what you don't know, or when you don't know. The question is that if the person should die now, and you have not prepared, the burden of what responsibility, that is where you want to avoid. That is the reason why we come to you talking about what? Funeral policy. So the issue of too young to start retirement planning is a myth. If you are to talk about, or if you are to talk to the young ones, you will tell them now that the moment you start earning something small, you need to start planning for your what? Your retirement. Because whether you think of retirement or not, a time will come, they will tell you you must go. So you are not too young for retirement, even at the age when you start. Okay? Right. Again, post-retirement expenses will be significantly less. So even when you are actively working in the job space, that you have some incomes coming from, when you go and then do some job, then the owner says, oh, even though it's easy, but oh, you've done the thing well for me, then he gives you something. Now you are no longer in active work, so therefore the incomes are not coming and so on and so forth. Now we are saying that when you go on retirement, the expenses that you are going to incur will not be what? Lesser. The income too has ceased. So what would you do? So you must expect that your expenses will not be lesser. If for nothing, it will even be what? More. Because your income, you see, if your income is not matching the expenses, then you realize that expenses is more. Okay? So your expenses will not be what? Will not be less. The next thing, don't have enough money to invest. It's a myth to say that you may not have enough money to invest at the retirement. The question is that if you sit up well, there will be more money for investment. Some of the issues are what we have discussed over here. If we plan well, there will be streams of income that will come that you can invest, and it will be our source of revenue. Inheritance is enough for retirement. So inheritance, for instance, what you be given will be enough. It will not be enough. You are praying for long life, that my soul will prosper and be in good health. Your soul prospering is that you will be alive. Now the more you pray for health and you are alive and you are strong and your income cannot support the fact that you need to exist to spend, what happens? So don't forget, inheritance is not enough. Inheritance is not what somebody has given you. It is what you have worked for, the income that you have received. You cannot live for it for the next 40 years. You need to do something with it before. Too late to save for retirement. So someone will say, is that the time for me to go and save? I've worked, what is in there for me is what they are giving me. So let me go and enjoy it. So I will not think of what saving or the investment. It's a myth. You can start saving now. Why is there a need for you to plan for the retirement? So that you can increase your life expectancy. We have said it. That when the retirement is not planned, okay, that there is no enough money or income to spend during the short or during the period of your existence after retirement, then you realize that thinking, stress, and other things will come in. Once they come in, it shut your life expectancy up. You go early. So the reason for retirement planning is for you to increase your expectancy, so that you can continuously stay, alive. So if you don't plan, it's just telling you this. If you don't plan for your retirement, then you are equally saying that you want to shut your life down. You want to go in. So, protection for spouse dependents. If you plan, you will be able to protect your spouse, your wife, and your children. Self-explanatory. Yes, sir.
Area. I was wondering about the children. It would be nice if you tell them you are coming on retirement and these are some of the realities that they will see or they are going to face. A lot plan towards it.
He said they are going to face. You see, it's not like a war. No, it could be.
Hey, Wezo.
It could be a nice.
Yes, sir, boss.
Yes, sir. You are welcome. We will be taxed because it's something that you've earned. Before ECG pays us, they will take the tax, corporate tax, withholding tax.
Maybe what it has maybe the monthly allowance that the business take. Or it's not that
No, that is not. Yes.
That's what that is. It's not as a
Yes. Okay. So let's move on. So then, organizational strategy. We're saying that update all your decisions and other things. Consolidate all financial accounts for easy management. It's not that you have 1 year there, and then there's always problems. Deductions are not, payment. Because you don't have the time and the energy at that time to be able to be chasing people to, So make sure you consolidate all into, if you used to have about 3 different accounts or whatever, now you have to consolidate them so that when you move in there, issues there are not too plenty. All right, ensure all important documents are properly filed for easy accessibility. Those that are in your Dropbox that cannot be, you have to search them now to place them in appropriate places, better places. Some documents cannot be seen. Meanwhile, you need them to be able to file for your returns. So begin looking for them now.
Sir, referring to what my brother said pertaining to will, it happens in Ashanti region. I got that information. When they got to know the will was written and it favors some more than others, and those that he favors, it did not favor. Their mother took advantage with the children, started killing the man slowly with medication without the knowing of the man. So the man was hospitalized and he was told, this is what is happening to you. Check your eating. Then he got to know, he made arrangement that, they should say he's passed on. He arranged with some family members, outside family like the brothers and sisters. And when the family got to the hospital and they realized the man is not in the sick bed, they thought he's gone. And they started quickly organizing themselves, went home to search for the documents and to start the distance. And doctor released the man with the family. So the man sold his everything. What he wanted to do, he did it whilst he's alive.
All right. So
because of the information that got to them, I don't know how the thing leaked to them.
Okay. So you know your family. I believe the will is something that you want to bequeath to. In our setting here, once people are informed or they get to know of what you intend to do, we can do anything. He said the heart of a man is desperately what? Wicked. He wants you out to quickly inherit what you have, put. So in we have to be wise as a wolf to say that okay, you will do the will all right. That is why the will is not kept at home. It is kept somewhere else. So you do the will is with your legal, exactly. You know what you have done, what is for your wife, what is for whoever, and then everything. So that do you even need to discuss this thing with your spouse or whatever? That one is a decision that you will have to make as a man. It doesn't lie within my purview to say that when you do that, this is the format. I cannot give you format for this one. You understand? Use all power in terms of your instincts, and you have stayed with your family. You know them better. And it's not a situation where you will say that one size fits all. That what happens here will also happen here. It doesn't work like that. Okay? Perhaps we are in together. Somebody may not kill the husband for the property. Someone too may kill for property, and so on and so forth. So it's something that you need to be wise as a man. It's you. It's for you. So you choose what to do. But normally it is done and then put outside for the future. Yes. Right. Now emotionally, how do we deal with the emotional aspect too? Because these are the three areas that we have identified that we would certainly would encounter. Now think about your post-retirement, after retirement, lifestyle, and explore new ideas. We started doing some new ideas, thinking into it. Now, hobbies and opportunities. Opportunities are here. Hobbies, if you don't like jogging, if you don't like doing some things, fanfare programs and other things, these are the time where we need to find ourselves in. So I side with Chief when he said that he would enjoy. Enjoyment is also part of it. Make sure you free yourself. Enjoy. Enjoy. Because that is the only point by which you would free yourself emotionally. And it's a strategy. It's a strategy. Yes. Again, build great relationships. Your friends, around friends and family members. This is the time to bond with them. Antagony and acrimony and those things, I mean, it will kill you. Have a support team to help in some activities like cooking, driving, shopping, cleaning. So in the exercise over there, say who will help you? Who will help you? So you don't, I mean, all these things will drain you emotionally. If you have a supportive wife, like someone was saying that, yeah, you discuss with the wife and they say, well, didn't you know when I was proposing to you, I said I would be retiring at this age, and so on and so forth. So constantly the person must be in the mood so that he can support you. So that even at home, the balancing of activities, who does what and things like that, would all help. So the problems that we are most likely to encounter have been defined into three categories. You face the financial challenge, which of course we want to deal with it, and that is why we are doing this. 2, organizational issues, and it has been defined over here. And then emotional issues. So these are the three areas. Right. When there is a need for you to have somebody in place to assist you in doing your planning, it is very much important. You cannot take yourself out of this whole exercise, of this whole process. That is why your institution has brought us in. But it doesn't end there. You must still consult. You must still have somebody who will help you plan. You need a financial planner. Any decision that you want to take, the small money that you receive, if anywhere you want to put the money into, even with your business, how do I invest in the business? Which quantum of money do I have to put in at this point? And all these things are very much important to assist you develop and prioritize your competing goals, because the goals will complete itself. There are so many things we want to do, but which one comes first? Your financial planner will be able to tell you. I think yesterday when Madam was saying that the gas feels 3, I said, okay, to her it is the best. But the question is that we have to provide some solution. Why put all the 3 there when you could have done 2? Even the 2 is for the reason that maybe for security reasons, you understand. But the third one is of no use, you understand. Because you will do it even every month, you will budget for it. So a financial planner will be able to tell you that extra income or that money that would come on the third one could be pushed into what? Some savings somewhere, and wait for the next 2 years and see how much you get from the extra savings you make from not buying the 10 cars. Okay? Right. Financial coaching will assist you to put together all aspects of financial life. That is what we are doing here. We are doing the coaching exercise. A financial planner advice will help you remain accountable to the agreed priorities. What we are doing here is to set priorities, is to say that this is what we want to do. Somebody who would be there, more or less like a police, to check you, this is what you say you do. When the thing is not put down, there is no plan. It's in my head. No, that is not a talk. It's in my head cannot be achieved. It's when it is written down, it gives you a mental imprint. It's in your mind that is being put down. Because if you want to build, for instance, and you tell the architect or you tell whoever, the mason or whoever is going to do the building says that, okay, I want you to build this for me. You will ask you for the plan. So where is the plan? Otherwise, what is in your head cannot be a building. No. So here, you will need somebody who will check you, who would ensure that you are on plan. It could be your spouse, it could be anybody who will make sure what you say you will do. So it's very important, but it starts with you. Very important to show your plan to whoever you think will check you, is checking you. But you say you do this, it is what you've written. You are not doing it. And you have given yourself timeline. You are behind time. The person is checking you. And it will put you on your toes. He is more or less like your boss. He says he is detailing you, go and do it. Over the needed behavioral coaching on proper management and planning of money and resources. This is what the financial planner does. The financial planning should help you understand and organize what is important throughout the current year and the subsequent years ahead, from now to the future. So you need this person. With all the goals that you have set for yourself, you need such a person. It may not, you see, the title is big. It may not be somebody who says something. It may be somebody who handles your account. You want to register your farm as a business. The relationship manager could be your financial planner, or somebody within the banking or within the investment area space who would help you understand the decisions that you are taking, what you want to do. For instance, if I want a meter, no matter what I will do in terms of, you know, all these things I'm teaching over here, and you know the meter, because that is your field, that is your space. I cannot just go and install meter. I have no idea, knowledge on these things. That is your field. It's the same thing when you come in here in terms of how you want to plan the future and everything. Then somebody who will guide you. This investment, I think this is not the right time. The time will come for you to know, so you can push this in and so on and so forth. Very much important. When we talk about pensions, then we are dealing with the system. I mean the system of our country. How you would enter and how you go. The package that is involved. Okay? Financial planning is not about money. We've already mentioned this one. So there are 3 issues in there. That is the financial issues, the organizational issues, and then the other one, the third one. Okay. All right. It's about goals and dreams and being able to achieve them. Now, the need to learn about financial wellness and sound personal financial decision making might be a concern for all who want to retire in comfort. This is just a summary of everything. But then to say that the future must be protected, but there is no guarantees. You can't say that the way it is today will be the same as tomorrow. The future is not guaranteed. It takes planning to guarantee what you are looking for. Who told you that when you sleep today, tomorrow you wake up? Because it has always happened, you think that tomorrow it will happen. No. Somebody went to sleep and he never woke up. Not that he was sick. No, he just slept and then, or even if the person was sick, he was hoping that he would wake up. But he didn't wake up. So tomorrow is not guaranteed. That is the reason why the pensions administration in Ghana has constituted 3 different areas or stages by which you can work. Ensure that you retire in comfort. And it starts with the SNIT, which is being regulated. The first year, which is mandatory, fully funded, National Basic Scheme, SNIT. So this one, whether you like it or not, the small money that you receive at the end of the month, they will deduct before your pay is come. It's paid to you. They will deduct SNIT. They have even made it in such a way that whether you are formal or informal, you can necessarily, because you see, retirement is a serious thing. You need to consciously ensure that you are covered in between or among all these 3 things. It's a serious matter. So the second tier, we will get into the details of each one of them. The second tier is also mandatory. It's mandatory. Because the first year seems to not be adequate. So we have to move into the second one, which is also fully funded, occupational pension scheme. So for instance, you are saying that over here, those that there's a package in there for the fact that you work for ECG. Yes. In my space, my previous employment, over there too, there is something like that. Okay, for the fact that you work with us, there is something, a package for, but all will depend on your level of contribution, what is being paid to you. Then the third tier, which is voluntary, personal pensions, provident fund, is voluntary. That one, you choose to do it. That is where the insurance people have capitalized on to say that it is not enough to have the two. It is not enough to have the two. You must go further to ensure you yourself, you look out for an avenue to what invest here. So for instance, somebody will say that, is funeral policy an investment? This is where it falls in. Those insurance people that come and then, you pay some premium here and there, and then there's children's school fees and those things. They all fall in here. Because you need it. Along the journey of your life, you would pay fees. You will pay fees. And if this one is not due for you to collect money from, to pay fees, does that mean your children's, the dream is your dream, and it's the dream of your children to pay their fees, to get them to a certain level. So how do you get there? How do you do it? That is why the third tier is there, which is flexible. You can walk in there, not only with the insurance company, the banks and the other investment houses are also doing the same thing. You can walk in there and ensure you secure their lives. Your life is also much more important. Health insurance is part of this one. And we will go into all these things. And you will know how it is helping you retire in comfort. All right. This is how it is. You put it in the funnel, and then you realize that the first tier, the second tier, the third tier, they form the 3-tier pension scheme. These are the composition. The first tier being SNP, the second tier being occupational pension scheme, the third tier being provident fund. And look at this. This is the contribution. 13% of your basic contribution goes in here. That is the first tier. Then the 5% of your contribution, the same salary, goes in there. Making 16% also goes into what? So he's saying that this, which is voluntary, you have a room for you to for you yourself to use about 16.5% of your contribution into the third tier. Okay? So, but if we stop here, because many of us will stop here. If we stop here, it means that this side, we have not done any investment there. We are all relying on this one. And this one comes, this is when I left Old Mutual, I had to pay tax. You understand? So here, you cannot touch when you are going on retirement before you are keeping. Here, we are saying that you cannot touch only at a certain period. But when you go in before that period, you'll be penalized. You pay tax. They will deduct 15% was what I took. But in case, for instance, you started from here and you want to leave, you can transport it to wherever you are going. Another company. Alright? Right. Here, you still have room to do our 16.5%, which so the money that they have given it, to you in your hands. But many times you don't go a step further to do anything. Benefit type, pension, lump sum, annuity. Annuity, life, cover, end of service benefit. Here, this is insurance term. It comes in here. You will get there. Questions that we normally ask concerning this whole 3-tier pension thing. So your questions and your everything have been summarized. How is the benefit determined? The first year, percentage of the average of first 3 years salary.
That's for the first year.
First year. Then the second year, depending on the amount of contributions and the quality of investment decisions made. Third year depends on the amount of contributions and quality of investment decisions made. This is it. The amount of contribution. So if I'm paying 200 Ghana cedis and you are paying 100 Ghana cedis, the returns on it will not be the same. It will not be the same. How does your benefit grow? Grows at the rate of salary growth. So you used to take 1,000. Now they move you to 1,005. The contribution and the returns will go up. And your grade, it all depends on whatever you are receiving. Grows at the rate of financial and real asset returns, depending on the institution you are doing the thing or they have sent the thing to, and how the rate of returns is coming on that investment, and how when they share it, what you will get. So for instance, if they send it to, let's say, Republic Bank, let's say ECD has chosen Republic Bank, okay, as an investment house, and then let's say another company has also sent its own to ABSA, and they are all investing. Depending on what the returns will be from ABSA and then Republic Bank, when they are sharing, it will not be the same, depending on how they did their investment. All right. Now, grows at the rate of financial whatever. What is the benefit type? Monthly pensions. That is when you are retirement. Every month you are giving. This one is lump sum. They package everything and then give it to you. Just like I pick mine. Of course, at a slash rate. Okay. This one to lump sum. So if your insurance is due and you are going for it, you can claim everything. Okay. Now, can my funds be moved? Can you take it from there? We're saying that the first year cannot be moved from Senate to the other trustees. No. Senate is the only one that can take this one. That can collect the money and then keep it, invest it at whatever rate. Here, maybe bequeath as inheritance can be moved to other trustees. So, like I said, I moved from Old Mutual and I went to another, I can decide to take it. Say I'm no longer there, so take it to this side. And then, and when you are not there too, you can transfer the thing to other people. Maybe bequeath as an inheritance can be moved to other trustees. When can I access my funds? Accessible at statutory retirement age of 60. Accessible at retirement age of what? But if you are not there, you pay some. Accessible at 10 years and maintain tax advantage. Right. Are there any accessibility exemptions? Early retirement age of 55. Early retirement age of 55 may be accessed early without tax obligations. That is the third year. Can I use my funds as security for borrowing? Cannot be used as security for borrowing. Cannot be used. Can be used. So all these things are available. You would have, it's a knowledge that you need to have so that you know what to do, how to maneuver your way out. Okay? How are contributions payment made? It's there. Contributions are paid to SNET 14th of every month. Do the managers of the funds have access to it? Government has access to the funds. Neither government, employer or trustees has access to the funds. Neither government or employee. So that is it. After having worked for all these years, the person must be seen to enjoy, whatever his sweat or whatever. He must seem to be enjoying. And the government is interested. Is interested. That is why the Senate is there. But you see, because over the period, Senate has not been adequately funded the people. They had to come out. These ones came in somewhere I think around 2010 thereabouts.
Yes.
Yes. The second tier and the this. So he has come to more or less like make things better.
Yeah.
He has come to make things better. In fact, even the military, they have their own system of
Cap 30 or Cap 50?
Yeah, Cap 30.
Cap 30.
Alright. So when you get the slide and you read, you will see the detailed information as in who manages the pensions and then everything. They are all financial lessons from nature. These animals have a lot to offer us. Lion, we know. At least we saw some skirmishes of the lion yesterday. You will continue today. Alright? The leopard is also there to show you something. The elephant, the rhino, and the buffalo. They all have some serious lessons to teach us when it comes to managing of our finances and ensuring that we save and invest very well towards retirement. Right. Now the lion experience. Let's see what the lion is doing and let's pick some lessons from it and then we will discuss. one.
Yes.
So I said something here that sooner or later the emotional attachment that you have for each other, because you find yourself in the same group, 40 years of experience, 20 whatever years, you are in a group, so to speak. Now, it is easier for you to call for help because you bond. But if you are alone out there, as in retirement will separate you, if you are alone out there, that is where, if you are not careful, some lion will catch you up. Okay, so how do we ensure? And here we are speaking in terms of investment, and we will see what the lion is teaching us. And there is the episode, the buffalo, and then the lion episode. It's giving us a lot of lessons in here. If you are left alone, the lion will catch you. Will eat you up. Okay? And there's a serious lesson there. The lion is teaching us a certain lesson. Let's see. He has some secrets that helps him, as in the lion, to be able to stay financially strong. What gave the lion the audacity and the boldness to pursue that huge animal? He has the mentality that anything that he pursues, he must work.
You get it.
Right. So what is he saying? He has a habit when it comes to savings. The lion is saying that take a portion of what you earn and set a debit order for monthly savings. You must eat first. Yesterday I made mention that the lion, the mother lion or the female lion does the hunting. And he doesn't eat it all. He gives it to what? The male lion, for him to eat first. For what reason? To stay stronger, so that he can protect the family. It is telling us a certain lesson that when we take our money, in our income, we must first of all eat it first. And how do we eat it first? We must save. We must take a portion of what we have earned as a savings. So yesterday we saw the budget over here. 10% of what we have earned must go into savings. That is eating first, taking care of yourself first. Because that savings that you are doing is what is going to take care of you. Otherwise, the rest are what? Budgeting is money that is draining. It's going out. Transportation is the money that is staying with you. It is going. But savings is what is saving, is bringing you your energy. So the lion is saying that make sure you eat first. And by eating first, you must save first. Don't think of what the expenses that you are going to make. Someone will say that, okay, this 100 cedis, I must go and pay my bills first before I consider saving. No, that is a wrong approach. The approach is that no matter what you receive, even if it's 100 cedis, you must take your budgeted percentage first into savings. You have chopped, Then the rest is where you need to cut your coat according to your size. Decide on specific amount and invest in it every month. That's what the lion is saying. Plan a monthly budget and don't exceed it, no matter what. The discipline of the lion, the mentality of the lion is that make sure you set up a budget and don't exceed it. Ask your bank to put a limit on how much you can withdraw. That is a discipline aspect. You can walk to your bank and say that I know I've been withdrawing frequently, my savings account or whatever. Okay, make sure every month, maybe the maximum I can take through my ATM withdrawal system or whatever is this amount. The bank will do it for you. It is to check something. That is a lion for you. Key lessons from the lion. Pay yourself first like the lion. Create the habit of savings. Start with a small amount each month. Plan a monthly budget and don't exceed it. So this is just an information from the lion to us. They learnt it, or it's a natural knowledge from the lion. And that is what makes the lion stay stronger. Yesterday you saw the lion had been chasing the gazelle. That is his secret. Because the gazelle has the mentality that he doesn't save. He's always, frightened by, because this is what moves the lion. His mentality. You must save. Then we come to the leopard. He also has a secret. Like the leopard, you need to hunt for what you want most out of life. Whatever you want to do or whatever you want to become, your aspirations, you need to hunt for it. Nobody will do it for you. Your business, the plans you put in place, nobody will do it for you if you don't chase to get it done. Your shop or whatever you want to, if you don't get your acts together to get it done, nobody will do it for you. It's your plan. So you must get the discipline, you must get the execution process right. The mindset of the leper. Go for it. Begin with writing down your goals, and that is what we are doing. So the attitude of the leopard is telling us we should put the goals together, you know. Short-term goals to be achieved within 1 year. So here you see timeline. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to achieve? You know, the sub goals, you want to do it. You know, as for the main goal, you want to give yourself 5 years to get the implementation fully done. The sub goals, you know, get all these things in place. Medium to long term, 3 to 5 years. So you know which one is immediate, which one is what? Medium to long, medium term, and then the long term. 5 years and above is long term. 1 year. So the plan that you have set in place, as in yesterday, what we did and then everything, which one is immediate? Which one is the first year? Assuming you are asked to go on retirement tomorrow. Within the first year, what do you intend to do? Achieve. You can do that. Then within 3 to 5 years, what your expectations are. Then 5 years beyond. Because don't forget, you are living for 40 years and above. So do it in such a manner. Then key lessons. What is he telling us? Like the leopard, save a little bit of your income for each of the 3 years or above. Plan like the leopard. Decide what to eat and plan for it. Do you know that the leopard doesn't eat dead animals? Yeah, no. If he goes to meet the animal and it's not fresh, you eat. You must kill it and eat it. So that is what he's saying.
Sir, the films that I've been watching, National Geographic on DSTV, at times when it kills an animal, you use because of disturbance of hyena.
Okay.
You normally you use the when you catch the animal, you used to climb the tree, and you go and put it at the top there.
Okay.
And you'll be eating it gradually.
Okay.
When it started rotting, then before you see, hyena is a very sensitive animal.
Okay.
When you see blood, if it's blood soaking and dripping, we'll try and see to find out where the blood is coming from.
Okay.
And then you will look at the top and see if you see the animal, then you will try and see whether you can get that that carcass.
Okay.
You see the point? But like we said, no, it's true. But normally when they send the animal to the top there, you normally eat it until.
Yeah. So what he's saying is that he doesn't have to eat something that somebody or some animal has killed. He did not. He didn't have a hand in it in the killing. So you must kill it itself and then eat it. And you see, the leopard has a certain attitude. You will see it. The second part is saying that create a vision. Patiently plan and move towards the goal. You see, he doesn't miss any chase. He is so visionary in such a way that, you see, before the leopard does any chasing, he will make sure this one, I won't miss it. He doesn't miss his target. If he knows the calculative attempt or steps, it will miss it. He won't start the effort in the first place. So he's very visionary. That is why he's always climbing on this and he's watching. And you see, before he launches an attack, that video is not me. He will make sure within a pack of, let's say, hyenas, or within a pack of, let's say, gazelles, he will launch attack on the one that is weak. The one that is weak. So within the thousands of them, he would have to make a spot of the one that is not, you know,
isolated.
Yes, isolated. Then that one has a problem. Then so he will launch a serious attack on that one and leave the rest. So he's saying that make sure you are visionary. Whatever you set your minds on, don't lose focus on that one. And that is a lesson from the labor. Very visionary, and then making sure that that attack, whatever you say you have drawn, whatever you say that is the main goal, you never lose sight of it. No matter what the storm is, that is what I'm going for. And that is what the achievement is going to be. So in bringing this thing to the financial learning space, he's saying that create a vision, patiently plan and move towards the vision. Patiently plan and move towards the vision. Short-term loan, example, buying a new computer, etc., and everything, it is not the best. Getting a loan to buy a computer, which is short, which is something that, you know, so the advice over there is that if you want to get something that will run for a short term, make sure you save for, or you save towards it. TV, for instance, you want to buy a TV. You see, something that is not going to demand your immediate attention or need. Somebody use air conditioning and the fan, as an example. There could always be a balance. There could always be a balance. So that if it's an air condition that you need, that the fan you are overused, the fan, then you save. Instead of going for high purchase, you save, you know, towards the air condition. If it's the air condition is, let's say 2,500 or 3,000, then how long is it going to take you? Within a month, within a year, how long is it going to take you if you are to put, let's say, 500 cedis every, you know? So like you are giving yourself 6 months. This is a vision that you are creating for yourself. Instead of, let's say, going for high purchase, which you would have paid more than 3,500. Okay. Now, medium to long term, start your own business. Save enough towards marriage, for instance. We are all married. Here we are talking about those that would even want to enter into marriage, because that one is also going to what, you know, take a lot of money from you. Because once you enter into marriage, then your singleness, as in when you get your money, you chop alone, is no longer there. You are going to chop this thing with your spouse, and sooner or later, when children also come in, they are going to share the same. Who has asked you to marry in the first place? But your income has not what? Improved. But you have gone to bring a spouse. Not only that, children have also come in. Your employer is not thinking of the fact that you have married, so you are now two, and so they have to increase your salary. Yes, sir.
You saw it was 2,500. Okay. By that 6 month time,
it may have, the price may have gone down. You know?
So don't you think it is better to borrow and buy that 2,500 and pay that money?
When you borrowing comes with a cost.
Interest. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one is there.
And the cost for borrowing, deductions, emotionally. Don't forget, part of our problems with retirement, emotional. Yesterday we had an experience that somebody, when the salary goes to the bank, everybody smiles to the bank. He cannot smile to the bank. There is nothing there.
You're running away from it.
Yes, sir. In mind, your, know your capabilities, what you can do and what you cannot do. At that point, you realize that no, I cannot.
There was a story that a certain man, the time we were United Accra, one of our hotels, when we close in the evening like this, we will sit someplace, they will take shots, sports for we disperse. That time, Christmas time, they give us foul. Everybody is holding his foul. Then some of them, they have their girlfriends. They come with their girlfriends. We went and sat down with three. But the ball, it make fine. So they give the foul to the woman and say, you hold it. So the girlfriend to the girlfriend. The foul is sending home for Christmas. They give it to the girlfriend. They say,
right? I think there's all the probabilities in there. Borrow what you can afford. So the rhino is talking about borrowing. As for him, he's dealing with borrowing and debt. Key lessons from the rhino: charge down debt. And once you are doing that, make sure you reduce it. It shouldn't be always all the time. Because per what you said, somebody had borrowed when he went to the bank, there was even nothing. Even when everything has been paid to him to go and enjoy, he cannot go to the bank to enjoy. Borrow money responsibly. Only borrow when it increases opportunity. Can you afford it? That's in the returns, the interest that you pay. Save money and pay cash instead. Save money and pay cash or form of borrowing. They've given the thing to you, or you are enjoying, but you pay. And the payment you pay sometimes twice. The thing. The rhino is against that one. Say save. Even if it takes you 6 months to be able to save to get that thing, do it. Repay high interest loans before other loans. So you have two categories of loans to pay. Which one is draining you? Which one has high interest? Make sure you pay that one first. Even though you are paying all, but make sure you make an arrangement such that the first one is paid with high interest. Okay. Now the buffalo. You saw the first video with the lion. You see, the buffaloes, they don't walk alone. They walk in herds. And there is a wisdom in that. They don't want any predator to come and even when they find themselves alone, when there's a problem, you see the other one chasing and coming to help. It is telling us some financial wisdom in here. It is saying that make sure if you want to invest in mutual funds. Don't isolate yourself in investment where it is not secure, it's not protected. It's because you see, in mutual funds, they've hedged it, they protected it in some way. So once you are there, you don't lose your returns. As in, even if you are not getting any better returns, you don't lose your capital. Because there are investments that you may lose the capital itself. For instance, when you move into stocks, where you don't have the shock absorbers.
So those who
in mutual funds and yes. Yes, almost all these investment houses have mutual funds investments. Yes. It's everywhere. That's what mutual fund is everywhere. But you need to really assess which one is giving you better returns. You may lose or you may not get returns, but your capital you will not lose. You will not lose. If you want to go for your money, that same money could be given to you. Okay.
So what do you say about the treasury bill?
Payment you are certainly you will pay. Even if it's taking a long time, you will pay. That is the security in there. So every month the treasury bill comes so that you go in there. Yes. So it's one form of investment that you can also go into. There's a difference between savings and investment. If you are going in for investment, it takes a longer time for the returns to come. Investment takes time. So apart from all these mutual, the pensions and then everything, we want to enter into other areas where we can also get some money from. So let's get there. Okay. There is something here.
Making money and building financial freedom is something that everyone is looking to achieve. And one of the main obstacles that keep people from achieving their financial dreams is the lack of understanding of how money works. See, something that you probably didn't know was that there are only 4 ways that you can make money. Not 40, not 400, just 4. Every single method that you might use to make money falls into one of these categories. If you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, you probably have a good understanding of assets and liabilities and how they work. In his book, The Cash Flow Quadrant picks up where Rich Dad Poor Dad left off. So let's look at the cash flow quadrant. These are the 4 categories that you can make money on. The 4 quadrants are the E quadrant, the S quadrant, the B quadrant, and the I quadrant. The E stands for employee, the S stands for self-employed or small business owner, the B stands for big business, and the I stands for investor. Each of these categories have their advantages and disadvantages, and they come with their own set of mentalities. You can make a lot of money in all 4 of these categories, but you are more likely to become rich and financially independent if you operate in the right side quadrants. See, the majority of people go to school and get trained to be an employee. They make money on the first quadrant, and this is where the majority of people stay. The E quadrant focuses on security and job benefits like a retirement account, health insurance, and a steady paycheck. The employee mindset considers this safe and secure paycheck as more important than building financial independence. There are many issues with making money in the E quadrant. Here, you don't have much control. Your boss decides your salary and you have to follow the rules that your employer has for you. And typically, a full-time job consists of at least 40 hours a week and sometimes more. Now, you can make a lot of money in this quadrant. You can be a CEO, a doctor, or a well-paid architect, and you still fall under this category. In this quadrant, you exchange time for money. Whether you get paid $50 an hour or $500 an hour, you are directly exchanging time for money. In this quadrant, time equals money, and if you stop working, you stop making money. Another problem with the E quadrant is that you receive a paycheck after the government has taken their share of what you earned. They take that share before you even see that money. Not only that, but earned income is one of the highest taxed forms of income. Imagine working very hard every day to only keep 60% of the money you make, and the harder you work, the more they take. This is what it's like to be an employee. The tax laws for employees are pretty tight. The many pay up to 40% of the money they make. An employee
is gradually setting in. Yes, it's gradually setting in. But we have done well. I believe we have had a lot of information concerning the area which we have been equipped enough to be able to pursue our next phase of life. In 10 minutes, we will finish with the insurance aspect, and then we are done. Let me also say that with this session, of course, I would engage the authorities. We will come in the newspaper. Of course, once the go ahead is given, I'll bring you to the newspaper for this session. Okay. Yes, there will be a story on what we have done over here, so that you see yourself.
Is it in the newspaper or?
It can be used for mortgage. In fact, the SNATE and all those things are insurance. They are all insurance. All right. Now again, it enables the insured to concentrate on his work without fear of loss due to risk and uncertainty. One, nobody knows when somebody will go. For instance, those that depend on you, your mother, your father, your children, or any of your loved ones. If such people should go unexpectedly and it will drain you, you are the breadwinner. Then of course you need to make sure you protect them some way, somehow. And sometimes some of them would have to be protected through what we call the funeral policies. If your mother, you are the one who takes care of your mother. If your mother is no more, and that you know that the funeral will be on you, as in everything, then the wise thing is for you to ensure that there is a funeral package somewhere, so that when it happens, you just fall on the insurance company, and then they take care of the debt. I gave this example, yesterday. The woman, the bank manager, I did the policy for at the time when I was in there 4 years ago. About a month ago, she called me and then said that now my mother is gone. You're only waiting for you to go, or waiting for the one that you have done the thing for to go. So the branch manager, for instance, I made an example of, she waited for the mother to go. Then she fell on the insurance company, 50,000. You can equally do the same thing. That is what it means. Now let's see the benefits. Guaranteed cover upon where the death of the life assured or the policy holder. That is you. The only benefit in there is that if it's 50,000 on you, when you are gone, you don't enjoy the 50,000. The beneficiary could be your wife, it could be your children. They are the ones who will come for that amount of money. Simple. You have covered your back nicely. You didn't leave any debt for anybody to want and care. One thing that we don't know what to do or one thing that we do as people within our space is the fact that we are not planning even our exit. You see, I said something. If the way we came is the way we go, those that are ahead of us will go before us. When the baby is to be born, we plan for his what? Outdooring. But we don't plan for our exit. You get the point? So it's the same way, the same mentality, we must plan our exit. And our exit is the funeral plan. You said? He said death warrant.
It's because our coming we are happy, but our going you are not happy.
You see whether and it's true.
Yes, sir. But you are telling me that insurance is good.
Yes.
But sometimes you go see insurance people was chasing insurance. If you put your head,
right,
trouble.
It's true. My experience with the insurance, I mean, I've been there for like so many years. Okay, these are the complaints that we get. In fact, I have had my own issues of it. If I were still working for an insurance, and then let's say there was a forum for me to come and talk or sell the policy, one of the issues that would drive the people not to even sit and pretend they don't even want to hear are the questions. I mean, some of the questions that are coming. You understand? But there is always a way out. I remember some years back at the University of Cape Coast, I mean, campus, when I was engaging the lecturers, it was the same thing. But you see, you need always to diffuse the tension. The fact that one, I don't know how many girlfriends, I mean, you took before you finally settled on one. The fact that one person jilted you doesn't mean that all the rest, I mean, did the same thing. It's the same thing. You have to look at the two sides of the coin. Whether you will die and there will be chaos after your death, or you look at the means of ensuring that you cover your back nicely. There are bad ones. They don't want to pay claims. There are others too that are also genuine. So you need to look for the genuine ones. And then ensure your plan of making sure that you get your back covered is done. It doesn't mean the insurance is bad throughout. Yes, he has an experience. That is why he's talking now.
I do insurance.
Yes.
Now the thing they hit them.
The thing come. Hey, I was chasing the officer.
Okay.
I walk the whole Accra.
You couldn't find. What's the name of the insurance?
Now the day for the Baraka Faresco. So I do it that. I go take my money, no interest. But now, enterprise.
Ghana Life.
University of Ghana, I mean, Cape Coast, to enter to even speak to them. Look, he said a lot of insurance companies have been here and we don't see what they are doing. He said, try us. Give us a platform for us to talk. And you know what? I did not go there to sell insurance. I told them that I'm not coming to sell insurance. I'm coming to sell financial education. And that was what made the entrance for me. So later they asked me to bring another proposal to come and sell. He said the only thing that can give you access to our people, because you see a lot of, they come in, we want to sell this, buy that, and then everything. So the people are not even ready to come and sit down. Because they've had a lot of new people. So then the strategy was to go in there with the what? Financial leadership, I mean, training. So I started teaching them. Then they started asking, so where do we put our minds? You see, you see there's a strategy in everything. Let the people's welfare become your welfare first. Get them the knowledge. Then they begin to ask you the question. So where do you think we should put our money? And of course, I went in the name of Old Mutual. And my priority is, it has been very low. I want to sell you. But if you go in there first with the selling, they won't buy. They won't listen. So I went there with the financial leadership training and then everything. So once you are giving the people, now they are getting interested. Oh, okay. So then the questions began, coming. So where do you think we should put our money? Then I started using this one. So you see savings here. We have a policy like this. This one is training. That is why I have not brought this in. The names are there. So then I open this up. So there's a savings that we can do this. And I said, give me 4. Give me 4. Give this one, give me 4. By the time you realize you have filled a lot of forms. So you get back to the HR manager and said, okay, so this was the result. I said, how come? Because the people, some of them, they even run away and leave their papers there. So how come you're able to get people to sign on to your policy? It's a strategy. Yes, sir.
My question is, the insurance companies, they have a regulator,
right.
The National Insurance Commission. The complaints keep on going there. What are the sanctions against the companies that fall foul or non-payment of claims? What are they?
They do. They sanction them. But it's not that, what is your risk level? Your exposure. You cannot insure more than what you can your capacity to what? To cushion the people. So if it becomes so crucial that, let's say, this insurance company is dealing with you that you don't, a manner that you don't understand, and the matter gets to National Insurance Commission, they will settle you, and they will call on the insurance company to come and then answer. Because you have a fund there, set with them. So if they see your case is genuine, they will settle you from the insurance company's fund. Then they will call you to come and answer. You understand? So every agent, let me put it that way, every agent has to be licensed by the National Insurance Commission. Previously, it used not to be so. Because you see, the work agency has become so, it's like people don't cherish it. They come out from the university, that is not the job they want to do. They are looking for a better job, so to speak. So they come and then they want to work away time, and then they are offered an employment with a, let's say, enterprise or Glyco or whatever. They are insurance agents. They have it at the back of their mind that maximum they want to work for like 1 year, and they are out of the scene. And you see, getting your income home is also based on the commission. So how do I get commission if I'm not building the business? So if he comes to you and tell you some things, and then you sign on to the thing, he has gotten the thing, then he's dropping the commission. Yes. Meanwhile, when you get to your office, it's not like that. It's not like that. Yes. But you cannot sell insurance without the agents too. Madam, your question again, because you are on the insurance. That is
I was asking that.
with the investment you can do once. After 2 years of investing, every year if you want to make withdrawal, you can do. With the child, twice a year. With the other one, once a year after 2 years. That is what it is. Okay? But the others too will say that, okay, this one you are doing it for a period of time, say 10 years. So your 10-year returns or whatever you get has been determined. The question is that inflation can make it small. And so if you go in before the 10-year period, you have breached the clause. So there will be some level of penalty in terms of whatever you are looking for, you will not get, because it's a projection. They made projection. So if you go in there after 5 years, on the face value of the policy certificate, you see let's say 1,000. But you go in there 7 years, it's 10-year period. You go in there 7 years, they will calculate, they will bring it down to 7 years, and it will be less than the 1,000 you are seeing. In fact, even if you travel the whole period of 10 years, money in the hand today, 1,000 today, is not the same as 1,000 tomorrow. It's not the same as 1,000 tomorrow.
With the funeral policy.
Yes.
I have funeral policy, but when my father is.
Sometimes, in fact, we even do coffin. Those that are outside, you know, in case something happens to you outside, medical insurance outside. All these things are done. So that in case you travel to a foreign land and the weather or whatever is not conducive and you get sick and you need to attend hospital there, how are you going to put for a bill? So some of these insurance, travel insurance has a medical component in it.
So,
something has happened and the person is no more. It has to be brought back. The cost of the whatever. Yes, travel insurance. Sickness abroad. So all these things are things that would cushion you and
but I think it's part of the.
In fact, your work, I don't know. I believe you have it. Workman's compensation, you have. So that is it. I don't need to talk plenty. Then welfare plan in a group, I believe you're that one too. Then term assurance, guaranteed upon payment. Term assurance is more or less like the funeral. Okay, but that one is in groups. Term. You do it for a term, and it could be anything. Okay, I was doing this term assurance with the University of Cape Coast for top, and normally it's for top, level-headed people. Okay, and it's pure risk, guaranteed cover payment. So that one too, if you are going into the insurance market, this is what you see. There are some that are, because sometimes you hear people say that I didn't know what I was even buying is I cannot go and make withdrawal. He has bought funeral. He didn't know he has bought funeral. When he was in hardship, he wanted to go and make withdrawal, and he didn't know. He went there and said, about what you bought is funeral policy. You cannot until the person that we see it all the time. Yeah, so that is it. So this is life insurance market. When you go to the market, look for this. And it's everywhere. It's only that they have repackaged it in, it's everywhere.
Okay, my name is Philip Kovla. From Transformer Maintenance Station, Sub-Transmission. In fact, some of us have been requesting for this kind of seminar for a long time. But as is normally said, better late than never. In fact, it has enlightened us how to prepare ourselves spiritually, physically, emotionally, as we are getting to our retirement. And it has enlightened us where we should put our investment, and we should also prepare us what we are going to do after retirement, and then to keep our mind active so that we don't grow old. And we are very happy for the management for organizing this kind of seminar for us. And then we also thank the facilitator for imparting us this knowledge into us. We are very grateful. Thanks.
HR Sub-Transmission, Private Secretary to the GM. We are so much grateful for management for imparting this training into us. We will know how to manage our finances after retirement, and we also thank the facilitators for the impact that they are giving us. So on this note, we say thank you for managing